Hello, this is Harvey Burnett, the owner of Dunamis Insurance and Business Services. I wanted to thank you for taking the time to join me for a few minutes here. Wanted to talk about heart disease, stroke, and disability insurance and your preparedness for it. Recently, I had one of my clients that we had been talking about disability insurance and critical illness coverage here for some time. Probably about 3 or 4 months ago, he put me off saying that, hey, look, I want to get together with you on it, but I'm a little busy right now, but let's get together at a future point. He ended up having a stroke here within the last week or so, and unfortunately was not prepared for that particular event from a financial standpoint. We're never prepared physically, but from a financial standpoint, he wasn't prepared, and so that really kind of put a fire up under me to say, hey, listen, let people know to take the time out to get these things together. These are your plans, this is your family and your financial future. Listen, I know things are busy. If you're like me, you've got stuff to do. You've got kids at school. You're going back and forth. You're doing things in your own personal life and financial life. You're trying to make ends meet and all of that. And I know it takes a lot, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. But that's all the more reason to make sure that you're taking the time out to deal with certain issues and getting your financial house together and making sure that while the money is there that you make the appropriate arrangements, because these things last far longer than the 20 to 30 minutes that it takes to get together. Sometimes these things can last a lifetime, and they can actually predict the outcome of your life and your financial future, and also those who are dependent upon you for living and income. Just real quickly, for those who don't know, when you deal with heart disease and stroke, listen, heart disease is still the #1 killer of American citizens in the country today. In fact, every 40 seconds is said that someone somewhere has a heart attack. Quite surprisingly enough, every 40 seconds, statistics say that someone somewhere is also having a stroke. Stroke is the #1 illness for long-term disabilities within the United States as well. So these things, stroke, heart attack, cardiovascular disease, are very important and things that should be taken care of. Stroke is also the #2 illness, debilitating illness globally. And so it becomes vitally important to look and see what you can do to protect yourself and safeguard your financial self from these type of things. Of course, follow your doctor's instructions. Hopefully you'll be able to avoid stroke and heart disease altogether. But for some of you, and really for everyone who's doing financial planning and all of that, or planning your estate, trying to get things together, look, make sure that planning for disability is an equally as important part of your estate preservation plan as planning for death. In fact, there's more of a prevalence, more of a chance or risk that you will suffer a disability or lasting 90 days or more than death. In fact, there's a 50% chance of suffering from a disability lasting 90 days or more, while there's a 1 in 7 chance that you will suffer from death. So it becomes vitally important to take care of your financial future and address things. Now, how can you do that? There's all kinds of ways to do it right now. There's the newer forms of life insurance have all-in-one policies. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. You need to look at price points and different things like that. But nevertheless, one of the downsides is, like, if you buy a $100,000 policy and you have a stroke and you use those benefits in advance for stroke or heart disease, or you have a heart attack and you need that money in advance, then that whittles down the policy, and there may not be enough of a policy there to cover final expenses. So that's a disadvantage. But the advantage is, for a low price, you can have all of those things covered in one particular policy. So there's, a little give and take, and every situation is unique, but you need free consultation and excellent guidance. And we are the professionals at Dunamis Insurance and Business Services that can provide that for you. You can give me a call at 309-648-5351 or email me at dunamis1@netzero.com. Let me tell you a couple of more things about this. Critical illness insurance, again, as I said, can either be purchased as standalone or as a part of your life insurance program. Will basically pay you a lump sum benefit. In many companies, you have a dollar amount you can choose, all the way from $20,000 to $75,000 and on up of coverage. But at your first diagnosis of either a stroke, cancer, or heart attack, that policy is ready to pay out, and you can use those dollars for whatever purpose you deem necessary. Remember, this is up and above health insurance premiums and dollars. Our health insurance benefits, these benefits do not have to go to the doctor, even though you can use them to pay doctors' costs, bills, whatever you need in order to live. So that's generally how critical illness insurance works. Then there's, on the other side, there's disability insurance policy, which basically deals with your month-to-month living and activities. It'll cover on a monthly basis the income, or replace the income loss or a portion of the income loss, and generally will do that tax-free as well. So the money that you receive from a disability policy, you can actually kind of coordinate that with your current work disability policy, even though most companies now are not offering any disability coverage. Some do have short-term disability, but most don't have any long-term type disability coverages. And so you can have a plan that will coordinate with those plans, or just have a full-blown plan if you have no plan at work. But nevertheless, whichever one you can do that, you can do kind of create a plan on your own. That's what I intended to say here. So you can have a waiting period of 30, 60, 90 days, whatever fits in your budget. You can also have a benefit period of 2 years, 5 years, up to age 65, whatever, 10 years. Depends upon what's in your budget. You have different things built in the policy, like retraining benefits, home modification benefits, partial disability benefits, cost of living adjustment benefits, and even return of premium benefits that are built in some of the more advanced policies. So all of these things are features that you can get within the policy, and all of them have a premium repercussion. That means that you will pay more or less based on the amount of benefits or how you tailor the plan. That's why excellent guidance is vitally important, and the professionals at Dunamis Insurance and Business Services offer excellent guidance in this area, and we have a vast array of companies where we're able to lock into those companies and find the best particular plan for your situation. Don't forget about those individuals who have extraordinarily high incomes, and sometimes the run-of-the-mill disability company can't help you. You need a higher disability limit. Well, we have specialty companies that can handle that for particular occupations that generally make more income or have higher amounts of income that they need to replace. Then you have athletes and aspiring athletes. You need disability coverage too. What happens when your ACL breaks or when you're in trouble there? You need some help. And we can provide that help for you. We are Dunamis Insurance and Business Services. We have specialty plans and specialty arrangements to where we can provide the disability coverage that you need on whatever scale and level that you need. Take advantage of your financial future. Take control of your financial future and put these plans in place, or at least have the consultation that's necessary so that you'll know how to address these particular needs. I can't encourage you to move swiftly enough to take care of these type of things. So there's many different ways to structure a plan. Basically, it's based on your income, your primary income. Some of you have 2 or 3 different occupations and income. We'll look for your primary income. Some companies will actually combine incomes as long as you're in the same field. Let's say you're a person that works at a hospital. You work at a couple of different hospitals, maybe a hospital, nursing home, but basically you're in the same field. Some of them will combine those incomes to actually ensure the income that you make from both of those particular places. So there's all kinds of ways to do it. let us know your unique situation. We offer free, no obligation, personal financial consultations. Be glad to take the time out with you personally to understand and know your need and kick things around and see what we can come up with. And I guarantee that you won't be disappointed with our services at the end of the day. That's give me a call. I'm Harvey Burnett, Dunamis Insurance and Business Services, 309-648-5351, or email me at dunamis1@netzero.com. Until next time, this is Harvey Burnett bidding you Godspeed.